Ho ho! Oh, hello everyone. Hey! My name is Chris Quinlan. This is Facebook Live, a little bit late tonight at 7:30. And what I'm doing here is taking the dear ladies out and doing a tribute to dear Burt Bacharach, who passed away this morning. A couple of weeks ago I said, I'm scared to turn the phone on and look at the paper. And Burt Bacharach today, but what a life. A bit like Gina Lollobrigida. I was in 94. What a fan. Oh, 80, I'll read it. And what a great life. What an incredible songwriter. Unbelievable. I've got a few things I'd like to do as far as a drum show kind of a deal. And also his life and times and things. I've got a couple of little things here. Well, I'm going to get stuck straight into it. So what we have is Burt Bacharach. I'm going to read it to you. Thanks, Siri. Burt Freeman Bacharach. May 12, 1928. February 8th, 2023. 2 days ago. He was an American composer, songwriter, record producer and pianist who composed hundreds of pop songs from the late 1950s, many in collaboration with lyricist Hal David. A 6-time Grammy Award winner and 3-time Academy Award winner as well. Bacharach's songs have been recorded by more than 1,000 different artists. As of 2014, he had written 73 US and 52 UK top 40 hits. He is one of the most important composers of 20th century popular music. Now, that's the overview. I'll get into the musical side of things. Bacharach's music is characterized by unusual chord progressions influenced by his background in jazz harmony and uncommon selections of instruments for small orchestras. Most of Bacharach and David's hits were written specifically for and performed by Dionne Warwick, but earlier associations from 1956 to 1963 saw the composing duo work with Marty Robbins, Perry Como, Gene McDaniels and Jerry Butler. Following the initial success of these collaborations, Bacharach went on to write hits for Gene Pitney, Cilla Black, Dusty Springfield, Jackie D. Shannon, Bobby Gentry, Tom Jones, What's New Pussycat, Herb Albert, B.J. Thomas, Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head, and the Carpenters, among numerous other artists. He arranged, conducted and produced much of his recorded output. He's a gun. And one of the beautiful things about Burt Bacharach is I'll get into the unusual chord progressions and how close he is to what we do on the drums and things. I actually have, I had a copy, part of my bookshelf up there. I've got Promises, Promises, which was the title song for one of the films that a musical that he did. Promises, Promises, sung by Dionne Warwick, the aforementioned. But I am going to take you through a couple of different things, okay? How am I going to do this? I'm going to put this put this here. So here's Promises, Promises. Please go off and listen to it. If I put it up here, it'll get bounced. It's a very funny thing. Even Rick Beato's talked about that, the famous YouTuber, and all that business, you know, from an educational point of view. But the first thing, I'm going to put that up here. And one of the things I've talked about Regular watchers of the show will know me going on about the Hemiola from Española. Oh my God, not again. But it's Burt Bacharach. And one of the things that he does on this song, I've just have a look at that. I just pulled it out from the Buskers book there. And a Hemiola is 3 against 2. I've done it before, not a fortnight ago, but it's... So on it goes, you see. I got the triggers on. I'm just going to keep it soft and gentle for Mr. Bacharach tonight. He was the master of the I Love You chord, the major 7th. Bring, I love you. Oh, boo, boo, boo. And there you go. And what it is a hemiola basically in the classical definition is the art of playing 6/8 in the time of 3/4. If both time signatures have 6 quavers in them, 3/4 is 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 6/8 is 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6. So if you put the two together, you get that kind of nice cup of tea. I know I did it. I'm sorry, fellas and ladies, but it's for Bert. There it is. You see. First bar of Promise was Promise. Oh, what am I doing? I'm in a mess tonight. Bloody hell. Anyway, what I'm going to do here is take Promises, put it down here, take this fella over here off, and there you have it. Now, you're not going to see it until I do the 4-camera shoot, but there it is there. You see now, I've got it all circled. Here we go. Promises, 1968. And what you have is a piece of music, pardon me looking down, but a piece of music in 3/4. The first thing you see is promises, I'm all through with promises. And what happens is it's a classic hemiola, the first bar of a hit song. I don't need that stuff. Yes, you do. There you go. So there's genius in the first bar. As you go through, the thing is a 3/4, okay? And then it changes to 4/4 for 1 or 2 bars. Then it goes into 3/4, and it keeps on going through. You don't want me to sing it, do you? Just listen to it. It's beautiful. And then when you get to page 2, look what you have, the beat with no name. I explained that, I think, late last year. You've got a bar of 3/4 there. It's already 3/4 from before. But you've got a 3/4, then a bar of 5/4 on a first time repeat. I'm going to put that here. Oh, I'm going to come back. And the beat with no name is 4 3s and 2 2s. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4. Bum, 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 bum. So 1, 2, 3. There you have it. So I'm going to go back to that again. I hope you got that there. And what we have is there's your first time repeat, you see. Beat with no name. And what it is, it's split up between a bar of 3/4 and a bar of 5/4. Okay, so you add the two together, you get 2 bars, 8/4. Break it down, 2 bars of 4/4, and the beat with no name, da 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 da, is over 2 bars, a 2-bar phrase, and that's what it is. In the music, it doesn't have it, but as soon as you listen to the version, you got the whole orchestra going, bang, fantastic. Go back and do it again, second verse. So once again, you got the hemiola, okay, and then you go back and do it again, changes to 4/4, to 3/4, goes through at 3/4. He loves his waltzes. I'll get into that in a little bit. 3/4. Now over to the second time repeat. Who here knows about first time and second time repeats when you're actually reading music, you see? So this is the second time of doing it. You sing the second verse, second line of stuff, and then what happens is you go to the second time repeat, and then what happens is it goes back to 3/4, back to the hemiola, 4/4, now 6/4. Oh, 3/4. 6/4 is essentially 2 bars of 3/4. Okay. But what often happens with the skill of Burt Bacharach and his music is that he goes with the lyrics. Even before, like I grew up with him. It's all over 1960s radio, and it's just so common. And there was a part of me like, I'm a prog guy like Jethro Tull, you know. And then I'd be listening to Burt Bacharach, and I said, they're doing the same. He's doing the same thing as Tull. Or maybe Tull is doing the same thing as Burt Bacharach. I don't know, but anyway, what would happen is because he had a singer of the quality of Dionne Warwick, who he and Hal David discovered, I believe, as a backing session singer, and went, oh, let's go. They became, in Dionne Warwick's words, which I read in the when I was researching here, we were like family. And so what happened was, what goes on with that is that he would extend the bar out for the length of the vocal. And here, promises can just destroy your life is semi-brief, and then 2 pickup beats. Okay, so you've got it's really like subdivided in 4 and 2. 6/4 can easily be 2 3s, but here you have a semi-brief worth 4, and then a crotchet and a crotchet tied. There you go, that's what it is. Back to 3/4, 4/4, 6/4 again, 3/4. This is like a day in the life by the Beatles. Woke up, got out of bed, and the music moves with the lyric, you see. Promises, promises, my kind of. 3/8, if you don't mind. I even put the arrows there to remind myself there. So you've got 3/4, and it's kind of like 1 and 2 and 3 and. You know, you could keep, if it was 6/8, it'd be 1 2 3 4 5 6. Then a 1 2 3, then a 1 2 3 4. It is day in the life kind of business here. Then back to 4/4 for the long held note. Can lead to joy and hope and love. Yash. It is. It's the lyrics. Yash. 3/4. And it's the big, long holding of the note. Look at all those chords, mate. And that's the different kinds of chord progression. So you got 3/4, 5/4, 3/4, 3/4, 3/4 again to finish. That's a little bit abridged because it is a busker book. There you go. But what happens is that then it goes back and does it again. But that's Promises, Promises, and one of the great songs, and a perfect song to really study as far as what you'd need to do when you end up with someone of that caliber there, what they can do. Like even down to the chords, when I start to go a little bit on the harmonic side, behind a drum kit, B major 7, B6, B major 7, B6, B major 7, G major 9, G major 7, G major 9. I'll never need these chords, will I? G major 7 and G. He's the king of the major 7. I love you. There you go. And there it is. So that's Promises, Promises. I hope I did that justice. Please go off and play it. Do listen to Dionne Warwick. I'll put you back up here, mate. There you go. And that's Promises, Promises. One of the things I want to do. I'll keep reading from the biography now of Dear Burt. Let's see. Let me see. 32 in the list of 100 greatest songwriters of all time. 32. I thought he'd be a bit higher up than that. In 2012, the duo received... Hal David, yeah. In 2012, Burt Bacharach and his lyricist, Hal David, received the Library of Congress Gershwin Prize for Popular Song. The first time the honour has been given to a songwriting team. There you go. Early life and education. Bacharach was born in Kansas City, Missouri, and grew up in Kew Gardens, Queens, New York City. Graduating from Forest Hills High School in 1946, he was the son of Irma M. and Mark Bertram. Bacharach showed a keen interest in jazz as a teenager, disliking his classical piano lessons, and often used a fake ID to gain admission into 52nd Street nightclubs. He got to hear bebop musicians such as Dizzy Gillespie and Count Basie, whose style influenced his songwriting. There you go. Bacharach studied music, Bachelor of Music 1948 at McGill University in Montreal under Helmut Bloom. and the Mann School of Music in New York City, and the Music Academy of the West in Montecito, California. During this period, he studied a range of music, including jazz harmony, which became important to his songs. There's a lot of 2-5-1s in his music. When you have a listen to What's It All About, Alfie, the very famous song, Michael Caine as the star. I don't think he got an Academy Award for the music of that, but it's one of his most loved songs. But 2-5-1, 2-5-1. Minor 7 flat 5s, da-da-da-da-da. Get those fingers working. There you go. And that's what happens, you see. So one of the things, he's got this incredible list of hit songs. But at the heart of it, he was a jazzer. He was just brilliant. A lot of people think, well, you know, what? You're a prog rocker, Chris. What have you got to do with Burt Bacharach and all that? I just remember it, like I said before about Jethro Tull, about the fact that I'm just listening to one of his many hits. I went, that changed. Did that modulate? Okay. Did the time signature change? What happened here? What happened there? And then, of course, there's the wonderful stuff. By any accounts, he had a wonderful sense of humour. He was apparently brilliant as a conductor. It was fireworks. You'd get in there to a session and you knew something was happening when he was conducting. You just knew that this song was just going to go bang, you know, a wink of the eye, a little finger to the drummer, bang, this is where you change. That's where you go to the hemiola, you follow that, you do this. Wait a beat for, you know, Dionne Warwick to sing the extra couple of beats, you know, wait, go, you know, give them words meaning. He was just brilliant with things like that. But one of the things, even when I was just a little tacker, I mean, you know, you've got to have a laugh. I mean, by all stretch, I mean, you know, it's in each of the Austin Powers movies, you know, so, you know, there's a sense of humour with the guy. Little wink, you know, that kind of thing. So. What you said? Whoa, whoa, whoa! What you said? Whoa, whoa, whoa! Yeah! What's new, pussycat? Whoa, whoa! I used to, Mum used to come upstairs from the pub every time the Tom Jones show was on. Whoever is old enough to remember that. And he'd be like, what's new, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa! Like that. And Mum was getting ready, I don't know, sort of thing, you know, the old story. The ladies used to come up and throw their knickers at him. All that, I think Mum would have done the same. Except I got all jealous because I was only about 6 or 7 or something like that. So I'd do the, what's new, pussycat? I'd be like that, the same voice I had. That's about when I was 7. What's new, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa! And Mum would be, get out the bloody way, you little bastard. Get out. I want to watch Tom. Like that. And I'd be going, not quite like that when I was 7. Anyway, he loved a good waltz. So, you know, you've got your jazz on. And then when you're doing things like the hemiola and stuff that, you know, Burt Bacharach would do with his business, you can do things like that. So if I was sort of going to do, I'll show you this little thing. Could you tell that I was doing a 2-feel with my feet? But with my hands, I was doing jazz waltz, sort of thing. And there you have it. There's that. Now, the thing that I'm doing tonight is a tribute to dear Burt Bacharach. It just happened this morning, so oh, there you go. I was thinking of doing something else completely different in regard to independence and all sorts of biz, but, you know, that kind of thing. And I'm trying to keep it upbeat. I was really quite sad. It's a part of, well, I was born in 1960, so it's just been a part. You know, that's how I remember Burt Bacharach. What's new, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa! And dancing in front of Mum to try and get away, you little bastard. That's what, quote unquote. Anyway, she was quite right, probably. Good on you, Mum. Tip-top to one. Anyway, so he started out being the musical director for Marlene Dietrich. Now that, I had her on Impromptu TV the other month, late last year, doing the Berlin Cabaret one. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Anyway, so that's my loving tribute to Burt Bacharach. I'm trying to do it with love, with a smile on my face, but really we are very, very... He had a great life though, didn't he? I mean, you know, like when he was born in 1928, you know, that's a life well lived. And so, like the Gina Lollobrigida tribute the other week, you know, what a life. It's got to be more of a celebration than it is anything else, because it's just wonderful. And he was still performing. Like, there's a picture there of him in 2013, you know, that kind of thing. So, his duet with Elvis Costello is another one. All this business. So it just keeps on going. Now, this is my humble tribute to the great man, and so much of what he did. That'll fall over. Anyway, I'll do that there. And so much of what he did was very drum-like. I mean, you know, everything that I've talked about, you know, like the hemiola, you know, beat with no name, time changes like Day in the Life. What's new, pussycat? All this business. It's such brilliant stuff. And that's how I'll finish. 1, 2, 3. By rights, I should be counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. But I'm not. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. So, my name is Chris Quinlan, Melbourne Musos Face Chook Live, with a tribute to the loving, beloved Burt Bacharach.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Burt Bacharach.
The world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but everyone.